Hello, everybody, and welcome to the New York State Kinship Navigator's monthly Lunch and Learn. Thanks for having me join today. My name is Heather Radzikowski, and I am the Western New York Senior Regional Coordinator here with the Kinship Navigator. And today we have joining us Francine Schoonmaker with the New York State Tax and Finance Department. Thanks for joining us today, Francine.
Thank you for inviting me. I look forward to sharing my information.
Awesome. Just so everybody knows, this webinar will be available to everyone after the presentation, as it will be available on our YouTube page. And we're going to save some time for any questions anybody drops in the chat for the end of the presentation. So if anybody has any questions, please drop those and we will save some time at the end for that. We also will be sending this PowerPoint out via email to anybody that is watching this. And it will also be available on our website. So thank you again for joining us. And if this is your first time, I just want to tell you what our Lunch and Learns are. Our Lunch and Learns are typically a 30-minute presentation where we invite experts who can provide us with a presentation over a topic that we feel that kinship caregivers and the professionals that work with them will find very beneficial. If you take a peek here, you'll see an example of some of the past ones we've done. Our next Lunch and Learn will be April 16th, 2023. I'll be there. I hope to see you there as well. The New York State Kinship Navigator, what is it and what do we do? So we are seen as the main hub in New York State for kinship caregivers and the professionals that work with them. There's 62 counties in New York State, and we work with every single county. So if a kinship caregiver ever has any questions or needs, please direct them to our Kinship Navigator helpline. The number is available at the bottom of the screen, and that is open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if somebody calls after hours, we will always return that call. If you look at this presentation, you'll also see our website, which is www.nysnavigator.org. And on our website, you will see a myriad of legal fact sheets, resources, and the purpose of our website is to provide education. We provide these Lunch and Learns. We have an online video archive and a list of other presentations that kinship caregivers will find beneficial. We also provide information. So we provide these legal fact sheets. We have county resources. We also do have a chat where if we ever have anybody who maybe doesn't feel comfortable contacting our helpline, they can always pop on our website and type right in our chat. We also provide referrals to local kinship programs, local resources, as well as providing legal resources for caregivers. And if you also ever have any questions or you need some advocacy, you're working with a caregiver or you're a caregiver that feels as if you're not sure where to turn, please feel free to contact us and we will help advocate for you. You go ahead and check out this presentation. This is the homepage of the New York State Kinship Navigator's website. And if you take a peek, we have a resource map. So you can put in the name of the county and what type of resource you're looking for. And we keep this updated to make sure that this list is current. We also do provide virtual case management at the New York State Kinship Navigator. This gives us the opportunity to work with caregivers for up to 6 months. And if anybody is ever interested in virtual case management, they don't need to do anything special. They just need to contact our helpline, contact our chat, or contact us via email, and we will then offer that virtual case management if it's available in their county. And this is our permission to contact form. This form is awesome. It's available right on our website, and it gives us the opportunity to reach out to caregivers directly with their signature. This gives us the permission to do that. If anybody ever has any questions about this form, please do not hesitate to reach out. So now I'm going to hand this over to Francine, who will be discussing some resources that we can look at in regards to taxes. So go ahead, Francine. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Heather. I am very happy to be with you here today. I have a lot to cover, so I'm just going to get right into it. Here are the topics I plan on covering. I'm going to start with our free filing resources, then go over our taxpayer assistance program. I'll mention some tax credits that may help you, then show you where to get more information on them and other topics in our financial education program. It is tax time, but many taxpayers do not know that there are free filing resources available. If you go to our website, www.tax.ny.gov, and search free file, you will get a list of results. And the first one will take you to this page. This is our free file page. It has all the information you need to see if you can file for free from our website. Each year, the Free File Alliance sets the eligibility requirements to free file. This year, these are our general requirements. So you could be eligible if your federal adjusted gross income is $41,000 or less, regardless of age. If you're 57 years old or younger with a federal adjusted gross income of $60,000 or less, or your federal AGI was $73,000 or less and you served as active duty military, including reservists and National Guards. But if you don't qualify to use any of the free file software providers, there's still some other choices that may work for you, and we're going to go over those in a bit. If you scroll down on our free file page, these are the specific programs that are used for free filing, and you can see each program has different qualifications. So for instance, if you're that 57 years old or younger with a federal adjusted gross income of $60,000 or less, you would use the center option, which is TaxSlayer. The requirements this year are much lower than they were in the past. But again, I had made that statement that if you don't meet any of these requirements, there are other options available to you. So if you were to click the other link on the free file page, it would take you here. And so other e-file options are available through Mill Tax, the Taxpayer Assistance Program, or the Voluntary Income Tax Assistance and Tax Counseling for the Elderly programs. The Mill Tax, Voluntary Income Tax Assistance or VITA program, and Tax Counseling for the Elderly programs will actually file your taxes for you, and they're run by other organizations. The Taxpayer Assistance Program is a program that New York State runs, and I want to tell you more about that now. I showed you the other way to get to the Taxpayer Assistance Program through the free file page, but you could also just go directly to our website and search TAP, and that'll bring you to the Taxpayer Assistance Program page. So what is the Taxpayer Assistance Program? Unlike the other programs that prepare your taxes for you, tax department staff guide you through tax preparation software and help you complete your own return. We'll teach you the skill of preparing your own tax return. Staff go step by step while you do the work. We have both virtual and in-person sessions. It's quick and it's easy. On our website, we tell you what you need to participate in the program: basic computer skills, an active email account, your tax documents, and a copy of last year's return. We also have an income limit. Your 2022 federal adjusted gross income should be $73,000 or less, so it's much higher than the other free file programs. You can then look for a tax session that will work for you by clicking the button Find a Tax Session. When you do that, a list of sessions you can register for will appear. Scroll down to see them all. They're grouped by day of the week. You have the location, the site type, whether it's in person or virtual, the dates and times, and if there are other languages that we can assist in. Some locations want you to schedule through the location. For instance, some of the libraries want you to call them directly. And we have locations all throughout the state. So this is just a sampling. It's a rather long list that you'll see, but there's locations in Buffalo, they're in Syracuse, They're in the capital region, they're in the downstate regions, they're all over the state. Other locations, if they don't want you to contact them directly, you'll see a register button, and that goes through a bookings program where you can go in, see what dates are available, and sign up that way. After you sign up, there's additional information on the website to explain how you can have a successful experience. Each one of these sections where you see the plus sign will open up to additional information telling you about what tax documents and personal information you'll want to have available, how to set up an online account to use the software. It lets you know that you're going to want to spend a couple of hours for the webinar session or for the in-person session. And it tells you that you can follow up within 48 hours once you submit your return to make sure it was submitted successfully. No matter what method you use to file, there's tax credits that you should be aware of to help reduce the amount of taxes and potentially get you a refund. In case you haven't noticed, I've been showing you where to get information on our website. Our website is a plethora of information. So it's the best place to get information on anything you want to know about taxes. So tax credits are no exception. You can find a lot of information about them here. If you start at our homepage and click on individuals from the green menu bar, you can get to our individual homepage by clicking where I have the yellow circle. If you do that, it will bring you to our individual homepage. And if you scroll down just a bit, you'll find some information cards like these. The middle one covers finding income tax credits. Some of the most common credits are listed here. Or if you want, you can click on the income tax credit link and it'll bring you to this page. At the top of the income tax credit page, again, are some of the more popular credits, the earned income credit, there's some New York City credits and the college tuition credit. But if you scroll down, there are a list of credits that people could qualify for by different categories. So you can click on the plus sign at the right for each of these categories to see what credits might apply to the groupings. So looking at the credits in the individual and families or in the homeowners and renters may benefit everybody that's on this call. However, there's one more place you can get more information on the credits that could help you, and that's through our financial education program. To find our financial education program, just search financial education on our website. We created this program to educate everyone about tax obligations. We wanted to answer a lot of frequently asked questions and give basic information in plain language for all to understand. The beginning of the program welcomes you and lays out the contents. As you can see, we have 7 modules covering topics from understanding your rights to hiring a taxpayer. So we have a topic for filing responsibilities, self-employment resources, filing your tax return and pre-filing resources, hiring a tax preparer, and then additional information on refunds, payments, and other resources. But the one I'm going to mention is Module 4, the module I wanted to point out, how tax credits work for you. Each module in this financial education program has an introduction and an outline with links to the subsections in the module. Or you can just continue to the next page using the buttons at the bottom of the page, or skip to the next module using the menu on the left-hand side. There's a lot of different ways to navigate through this program. It was a little hard to see from that last slide, but the topics in this particular section should be of interest to you. How tax credits and deductions work, credits for New York State residents, earned income credits, credits related to children, credits related to elder care, credits related to home or farm ownership, other common credits like the college tuition credit and the volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers credit, This is really the best place to learn about credits that may apply to you, since each section will identify who qualifies for the credit, how much it is, and how to file for it. At the end of each of the modules in the financial education program, there's a resource section with links to additional information, and if you want, a certificate of completion that you can print out. This program is a great place to learn about tax basics and has a lot of valuable information for you, including some of the free file information I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation. I hope that you find it helpful for learning about your tax obligations, filing your taxes, and finding tax credits that may apply to you. Thank you again for letting me speak with you today. I hope you found this presentation beneficial, but I'm open to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much, Francine. That was awesome and very helpful. It looks like we do have one question in the chat that I see here. It says, does this include information about the requirements for a kinship custodian to be allowed to claim a relative child in their custody? That's a commonly asked question they're seeing, Francine.
So the financial education program probably will not get that specific. But there might be additional information on the website that should be able to help you with it. As a matter of fact, I think if that question was sent to me, I might be able to write something out for you to send to the people that are on this call. I'm not sure, and if we haven't addressed it, I'll make sure it gets on our website.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, any information you have, I will send out to the watchers. So thank you.
Okay.
Let's see. I also see another question. You might not be able to answer this, but let's see here. When receiving money from DSS for taking care of a child, do caregivers have to report that on their taxes?
So I think in general terms, they might not need to, but it really depends on what they're getting it for. So the one good thing about the different software programs is it guides you with questions, and it'll ask about your different types of income. So for instance, if you actually got a form, the SSA, I can't think of what the last 3 digits are, but there is a form for Social Security information. And I know a lot of these programs run through Social Security. If you actually received an income document from them, you would need to report it on your tax return. But if they did not send you a document and you have no way to determine the amount that you got, you may not need to file it. But again, the program will guide you through the different types of income, and it'll specifically let you know whether that type of income is something that has to be reported on the return.
Oh, thank you. Also, I just wanted to point out that if you check out our tax credit fact sheets right on our website, we also do get into a little bit of specifics when it comes to kinship caregivers. And if anybody has any questions, they can, feel free to contact us about that and check out our fact sheets.
Yeah, just to throw in my 2 cents here. Sorry, this is Ray Glazer. I'm the director of the program. Many of you know me. A lot of our tax fact sheets do address how a caregiver should claim a child or what the child's income looks like. We do also have resources right on our website about Vita tax sites as well. We don't claim to be tax experts, so we always recommend that you connect with a tax professional. But when it comes to income that is child income, it's looked at a little bit differently. There's limiters there for the child income where the caregiver does not have to report that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do see a couple more other questions, if you don't mind me going through those. I see here, somebody says that if a caregiver non-parent gets a child support letter, is there somewhere to put that on tax forms?
There are places in the tax program for entering all different types of income. So.
All righty, thank you so much. And I see another question here. What happens if a parent who did not have custody of a child, but claims them on their taxes? when a kinship caregiver does have custody, what is the process to fix this?
Yeah, so that would be, so there's a lot of times where there are situations where somebody tries to claim a child before that doesn't have the right to claim the child. There's usually court documents involved. So if that issue comes up, so for instance, the kinship person might end up claiming them and they're both claiming them at the same time. Usually there'll be an audit that takes place, and they would ask for documentation to show who has the right to claim that child. And then they'd have to basically supply information through our website or to that auditor through the mail, and to get things worked out.
All right. Thank you for that. Those are the questions that I'm seeing for now. Feel free to contact us if you have any more questions. Also, I just wanted to say that thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. I'm just looking to see if we have any other questions. Also, I wanted to tell people to keep an eye out for what our next event is going to be discussing. So keep an eye on our website, and we will let you know as soon as possible what our next month's Lunch and Learn will be. Thank you so much, Francine, for coming to join us here for our Lunch and Learn. We really appreciate it during tax season and all that
You're
you
welcome.
do.
I'm sorry I didn't have more specific information on some of the kinship pieces.
No, that is more than okay. That is why we have our website. And like Ray was discussing, when it comes to some of these more complex questions, it's always best to contact a tax professional. But thank you for showing us this information, and I am so glad you were able to join us.
You're very welcome.
All right, so it looks like we are going to be ending this Lunch and Learn. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined us today.